Okay, what's going on, guys? We'll record this for YouTube in case we get some cool outcomes here. We're going to be turning in 51 sets of the Adorned. There are 101 potential outcomes. The Adorned gives a increased effect to the modifiers on a magic jewel. The roll potential is 50 to 150, meaning that there are exactly 101 potential outcomes. The ideal thing that you would be looking for on those jewels would be something like this, where you get triple synthesis mods. The two mods explicit wise, obviously, for the magic, and then you also want to have a gilded fossil in there that ideally you would corrupt into a corrupted implicit, effectively giving it 6 mods, although the implicits tend to be about as strong as about half a modifier. So roughly, let's say 4 mods in full strength, which then gets multiplied at the best case scenario times 2.5. Incredibly strong, and the adorned jewels are quite expensive. The break even tends to be somewhere around 115, 120%. Again, the rolls are from 50 to 150, so we'll see how we do here. 51 of them means that given the fact that there are 101 options, we would have just over, slightly over, just slightly over a 50% chance to get a perfect one. And our first jewel there is laughable. Another bad one. Let's see if we can. We'll line a bunch of them up at once here. $105, 121. Let's see if 121 is worth 7 div. Okay. Ooh, 144, 120, 57, 143. Ooh, very nice. Okay, 120 is another 7 diver. 143. 140 divides. 170 divides. The ones that are over 140, maybe we'll price those as we get them. Oh! Oh man! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, 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 yeah! Can't touch this. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, nah. Can't touch this. Where's that sound bite at? There it is. Damn, boy.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn.
Alrighty. Ooh, the game sounds are very high. Sorry, I had my speakers turned off. Alright. So, 150%er. One mirror, baby. When we add these up progressively. So mirror is 11. Actually, how much is a mirror right now? 1170. Plus 169. Okay, we have 4 divs there. Twelve divs. Already hit 120%. We know that that's 7. $140. Very nice. $110 divs. We won't mark down ones that cost less than 2. Got 9 divs there. Oops. Those are all bad. Looks like 9 in a row that are kind of bad. It's okay. Damn. I think 107 even might be too low. Yeah. Iron 34 div sale on the Adorned. The 27 keeper. Bad. Bad. 112 might be okay. All right, last one here, boys. 141. All right. That's a good way to fucking wrap her up. 109. $113. And 117. $17.56. Okay. So our cost basis was, we spent 6 for bottom, 3 for mid, 4 for right, and 0.5 for left. So that's 9, 13.5 per set. So we just made 1,067 divines. 1,067 divines of profit. That's obviously being, I don't want to say carried by the perfect one. I mean, the intention was to get a perfect one. That's why we did so many of them. Like, that's why we did such a large turn-in. So to dismiss that as being statistically outlying would be patently false. Since we did 51 cents, it technically would be more likely than less likely to occur. But that being said, we did obviously not have a great distribution there. We've got, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 20, 23, 27, 31, 34. So 34 of them were 110 or less, which means only 17 of them were above 110. Now 110 to 150 is 40, so that would be 40%. And yet we had 66%, so it was slightly worse. You would have lost money if you didn't hit the 150. Yeah, I mean, I want to say this respectfully, but it's a stupid point. It's like anything you do in this game, if you're going for a design, it's like if you're crafting something for profit, it's like, oh, you would have lost money if you didn't craft what you were crafting. And it's factually incorrect. As a matter of fact, I can actually point this out to you with math as to why. I got to make fun of you a little bit first, but then I'll show you why you're wrong. Okay. So, what you must do simply, not must do, but if you want to find out what the actual raw value is, it's not glamorous work by any means, but it's a rather simple calculation, but it is technically quantifiable, right? You can, as with most things in the game, if you have the material cost, the probability, and the sale price of something, you can figure out a net EV, so a net expected value. And now, obviously, there's going to be variance depending on the range of something, as well as, your currency or whatever. You adjust your risk accordingly. And, law of large numbers, obviously, the more you do, the closer it will fall to its mean or its average. But all you have to do, since there's 101 outcomes, right? If you go and you write every single number down like I did here, okay? So 50 through 151, sorry, 150, and you mark down what the price is of each one, right? So in our case, it's 1180 for a 150. You can really just do this. If you just do this for the 130s and the 140s, that carries about 90% of it. It's obviously very top heavy. 149 is 320 divs. 320, 240, 225. 320, 240, 225. 146, 195, 170, 69. We got 140, 120, 109, 140, 120, 109. 109, 69, 109, 69, 60. This original, the spreadsheet like template that's here is from a couple weeks ago. That's why the values are lower. 137. 55. 55. 47. 39. 30. 39, 30, 27. 25. 25. All right. So, assuming that the rest of these are either going to be the same or they will be slightly higher, given the fact that this is a couple weeks old. And in fact, we can even just remove these ones too if we want. Just to illustrate the point here. We're going to remove all of these, make every single one of those 0, right? You can see what you do here, right? This will add the sum of the sale price of every single jewel, and then it divides it by 101, right? Which is how many there are, which gives you the true value of a set. Meaning that if you were like the average value of a Adorned turn-in, as it currently sits on the market, only, and this is only reflecting 130 and above. Again, what would it be without that? So if you include it in totality, it's an actual set is worth 36 divines. And if you want to be incredibly cherry picking, it's 33 divines. And if you recall, I paid 13.5 divs, which means that the EV per action, right, is every single set I turn in has 20 divine profit tied to it. So statistically right now, just based on the price of them and the sale price of the jewels, it is, and sorry, 33 is, that's discounting every single roll above 130. So it's realistically it's 36. I mean, if you want to be cautious, let's say 35. So plus 23.5 divines. Ambitions are selling for more right now. That's because I just bought 55 of them. I'm streaming this, and I just made a ton of money. It's also the middle of the night time. This is like right now it's 2 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. This tends to be between now and like 7 a.m. tends to be like the lowest player numbers. It's when prices tend to be the highest. Asiatic hour prime time. 8 a.m. in EU. I'm familiar. I'm just saying this is the low time. This is when prices tend to be the highest. Around 7 a.m. 6 to 7 a.m. is when it tends to go up. That would be around noon EU. It's also on the weekends. It's not as bad, but weekday obviously there's not a ton of people. I think waking up at 7:38 in the morning in Europe, running to their computer to play. People up at that time are probably going to work. The time zone does actually impact prices quite substantially, in particular at this time of night. Yeah, no, I'm recording a video and I'm in the middle of stream. Don't send me stuff at price check. Anyways, yeah, so that was the goal there. I'm actually recording this for YouTube. It's 25 minutes long. I'm not sure if I'll upload this or not. Maybe like a cool kind of side clip thing. I have been working on. Originally, I started a series that was 30 mirrors in 3 days. Then I went away. I took a 3-day break. Came back. I actually had 32 mirrors and 180 divines. That was 36 hours ago. As you can see now, I've got 50 mirrors, 628 divs, and then we actually have a substantial amount of reinvested currency into a variety of different strategies that I'll break down. But just in this tab here, there's probably let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's probably 7.5 or 8 mirrors just in that tab there of things that I've put together over the past couple days. There tends to be like not necessarily periods of austerity, but reinvestment, right? Especially if you're doing things in large quantities like bulk crafting or bulk like RNG or weighted RNG. Calculated risk ventures like double corruptions or turning in div cards, anything where you're basically taking advantage of net favorable outcomes that have some element of risk to them. Those usually, I mean, they don't have to. Some of them can be rather cheap to get started, but the ones that have the very high yields tend to have a reasonable input cost. And so obviously if you're buying 100 of something that costs, 15 divines per set or 13 divines per set, as we just pointed out, that does require like we did 51 of them. So it'd be like 700 divines roughly we spent, right? And then obviously that comes back in. Even while we were just rolling these here, we made 7, 16, 150, 154. We sold 154 divines worth of the Adorned before we even finished rolling them. So these will sell. I've done this quite a few times. In fact, you can see the remnants of them right there. And that's obviously just the ones that were rolled in the lower end. Additionally, here as well. There has not been a single instance that I have done a large turn-in above 20 sets where I have lost money. As I pointed to mathematically, at the current moment, based on the market prices as they sit currently, if I do upload this to YouTube, all right, I'm gonna fuck YouTube, folks. My purchasing price point was 13.5 divines. The sale prices are listed here. These conditions might not be the exact same for you. In particular, if 10 or 20 or 30,000 people watch this video and you attempt to go and do it within, 48 hours of it being posted. In fact, I will attach this spreadsheet. It's not formatted in any kind of brilliant way, but perhaps it will provide a framework for you to at least double check. Do not jump in head first without looking. This is a rather expensive one, and if you just YOLO it without doing the math, there is a very high chance you will fail. You have been warned. YouTube. All right. Every damn video. Anyways, I digress. Currently, the real set value, 36 divs. Price per set that I paid, 13.5. Our actual profit was 1,067.5 divines. About 0.9 mirrors. And it probably took, I'd say maybe an hour and a half to buy all those. I would say roughly hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. So it would work out probably to about 500 divs an hour profit there. Not that you really can rate that per hour because there's not enough of a market supply to do this infinitely. That being said, though, this is one of the things I've been doing to generate some currency. It's obviously not, it's not like the backbone of the different strategies, but it's something to take a look at. And again, do approach this market and any other market with a careful cautiousness, and just do the math. I'll provide the spreadsheet so you can enter it yourself, just to double check any preliminary assertions you might have. And if you fail to do so and don't want to take the time, then reap what you sow, basically. But do be careful, because I know several of my, like, the last 10 videos I posted have all done quite well for me, at least on YouTube. And every video there's a gaggle of people that are complaining that for example, the Harvest Beast video, where I bought them at 4 divines per memory, and the video is literally titled "At League Start," and people come in being like, "Memories are 20 divines now." This guy's a liar. It's like 5 weeks after it's posted and 2 months after the time period in which it speaks. But hey, who am I to judge? Anyways, guys, there is your little update. Hopefully that was helpful. And if any of you guys get a chance to jump on that market before it gets flooded, wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you get an 150%er like I did there. And if not, hopefully at least profit. So there is another one of the methods that I have been doing to make the well, it's no longer 30 mirrors in 3 days, the 50 mirrors in 5 days, let's call it. Anyways, guys, I will see you soon with another video. Probably upload a couple in the next day or two. You might get 1 or 2 a day. And if you want them to be paced out or spaced out more, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys soon. Bless.